There's a much repeated joke about this monk in New York specifically that goes to a hot dog vendor and likes to tell him every time he sees him, make me one with everything. And of course, he doesn't buy a hot dog because he doesn't eat meat. There are different variations of this. There's the pizza version, make me one with everything, talking about the pizza. And there are a couple of codas. There's a follow-up joke about it, where somehow the monk gets a hot dog once, either because he decides to have one day of transgression or because the hot dog vendor offers a vegetarian hot dog. The thing is that he finally has the hot dog and he goes and says, make me one with everything, and gets the hot dog and gives this much insult to the hot dog vendor. He gives him a $20 bill, and the hot dog vendor takes the money and does nothing. So the monk says, where is my change? And the hot dog vendor replies, change comes from within. Another coda is a real life funny moment because there's an interview where this reporter is talking to the Dalai Lama and they are video recording this interview. And the reporter brings up this joke, and I think he uses the pizza version. He tells the Dalai Lama that the monk asked for a pizza and say, make me one with everything. And the face of the Dalai Lama is spectacular because he's just completely confused. There's no laughing, there's no nothing. He clearly doesn't get it. At least in English, the make me one with everything is maybe not that familiar to him. So then the translator intervenes and explains to the Dalai Lama what the joke is about. And finally the Dalai Lama bursts into laughter, a much delayed laughter, and the reporter is rather chagrined by this because that wasn't the effect he was looking for. Like, make me one with everything is a good mantra. It's an interesting mantra because we have heard it many times, and I know many of us pursue that. And so there are some simple exercises we can do to create this consciousness of being one with everything. There's contemplating, like I'm doing now. I'm privileged to have mountains upriver, downriver, people working and giving me that noise that also establishes the presence of humanity on this planet. There are rapids here to the left, very sonorous rapids, and the river running deep and cool. So I can contemplate and feel without any thinking or any effort, just letting be and feeling that I am one with the river and one with the trees. This void filled by trillions of trees that is the Amazonian jungle. It's one of the images I meditate on, a river and trees and being one with them. A pond, sometimes with a single tree. We can contemplate, meditate about being beyond the confinement of our bodies and our mind. That orange dot of consciousness that we can extend. We can also gain consciousness of being one with everything by contemplating facts like we talked about before, like how we breathe in an extraordinary amount of air and breathe it out. Luckily, we don't keep it in. Remember, a whopping 10 kilograms of air a day at least. Breathing in and out our body weight in air in like a week. And then there's food and water, how we take in through eating and drinking also our body weight in a few weeks, less than a month. And that tells us about this constant renewal where all this oxygen, all this jungle air is becoming me every week. The food I've been preparing with much love and consideration is becoming me, and the oxygen is burning that food. So am I the same person I was 1 week ago, 1 month ago? Am I now that Vintevi that is the great Kikadi that is saying consciousness of breathing makes us one with everything. Consciousness of eating. And then the most sacred form of being one with someone else, of becoming infinite, our sexuality, truly making love. Making love. There's a reason we call it making love, because it's not just pleasure, it's not just bliss, it's not about controlling and objectifying and possessing. That's the predatory mind. True love making is about becoming one with another. Truly, we lose ourselves, our hands entangle each other, and the penetration, the coming, extraordinary acts of love, of intimacy that, when healthy, they are about being one with someone else. And that's a huge step in being one with everything, in becoming infinite. Breathe joy in, breathe joy out. Grow and cook good food and enjoy it. And drink rainwater that descends from the heavens, and yes, make love, make deep, engaged love, love that doesn't possess but completely shares. To make love, dear.